How was band practice? Sienna asked, raising her head from the sofa that she'd been lying on for the past 3 hours. Same as always, Jake replied, walking through the door and placing his keys on the kitchen bench. He grabbed his guitar and headed for his bedroom, closing the door behind him. She got off the sofa and walked over to his room. She could hear the gentle strumming of Jake's guitar through the wall as she knocked on the door. Yeah? She heard him call from within. She slowly pressed against the door and opened it. Jake was sitting on the bed, his shirt off, and his guitar strap resting across his bare back as Sienna walked over to him. Are you all right? She asked. What do you mean? He asked, not making eye contact with her. You haven't been yourself lately. What's going on? He continued to strum on his guitar, trying to avoid Sienna's question. Nothing is going on. He removed the guitar from around his neck, walked over to the closet, and grabbed the first shirt he could find. He still hadn't looked at her the whole time she'd been in the room. Okay, fine. Well, whatever it is that's got you in this mood, you need to get out of it. I'm going to make a start on dinner. I'll let you know when it's ready. She turned and walked out, leaving him alone with his thoughts. They'd been the best of friends since they were kids. They were practically brother and sister, and shared everything. Being a manager in a real estate firm, Sienna had found a beautiful, cheap place to rent, and they decided to move in together. Jake is the lead guitarist in his local band, Lightning Ridge, who are currently working on their debut album. With them both working long days and late nights, they rarely got to spend much time together. Sienna had definitely had her fair share of boyfriends. She had an amazing personality and killer looks. Her long, wavy blonde hair hung below her shoulders. She kept herself fit, with regular early morning jogs and normally healthy eating. She maintained the physique of an athlete. Jake had seen her in a crop top before, many times. Often enough, it was hard to stop his eyes from wandering to the sweat that would drip down her chest and into her perfectly sized tits. Jake had only ever looked at Sienna like a younger sister, but recently that had changed. Aside from staring at her breasts, there were times when he couldn't help but stare longingly at her beautiful, slim ass. He also couldn't deny the fact that she had the most gorgeous smile, or that it made his cock twitch. Sienna was completely oblivious to this. Jake made it a point to never let things get awkward when they were in the same room. Well, he tried to. She had no problem walking around the house in nothing but her negligee. She'd known Jake for over 20 years. She'd even seen his cock several times on her way in and out of the bathroom. They were both usually comfortable around each other and often shared their secrets. There were times, however, when Jake would blush when she'd walk into the room and he had his top off. This was one of those times, and his feelings for her were one secret that he wasn't ready to share. Yet.